across 3 continents that will be performing in the richest square mile in Africa. That screams nice coming. So I am also honored to be announcing the theme for the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz 26th edition, which is I Heart Jazz. Because truly, we all do heart jazz. We all love jazz. And I think I'm going to hand over to my esteemed MC and big sister, Miss Abigail Visachi. Please, everyone, put your hands together.
Thank you so much, lady. You look absolutely wonderful this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, musicians, members of the media, colleagues at Team Music Man, and of course our title sponsor, Standard Bank, good morning. And a warm welcome to the 2025 Standard Bank Joy of Jazz artist lineup announcement. I know you've been eager to find out who will be gracing the stages in September. I want to welcome each and every one of you here this morning. Thank you very much for your time. Also, a special welcome to everyone who is joining us via live stream. Good morning and a warm welcome to you as we journey to the event in September. If you don't know, the Joy of Jazz, sponsored by Standard Bank, has now been extended to over a period of 3 days. It's happening in September on the 26th, the 27th and 28th of September 2025, and as Lady announced, it will be happening in the richest square mile in Africa at the Sandton International Convention Center. I am broadcaster Abigail Visachi, and it's my honor to serve as MC and program director for this morning into this afternoon's program. We're excited to have you here, and we want to encourage you to please engage on social media. We know there's a lot of excitement around this year's program. People want to know who's going to be gracing the stage, and as Lady mentioned earlier, over 60 entertainment artists from 15 different countries, over 3 continents. So it's going to be an electrifying 3 days. So let's get the social media things out of the way. We'd love for you to engage. We are at Joy of Jazz on X, formerly known as Twitter. We are at Joy of Jazz _ on Instagram. We are Standard Bank Joy of Jazz on Facebook. And the hashtag for today is hashtag SBJOJ 2025. Hashtag SBJOJ 2025. Before we get into the formal program, just a few house rules that we'd love for you to adhere to. Kindly note there's no smoking in the theater. There are designated smoking areas outside. So if you are in need of a puff, we ask that you find those designated areas. Also, we ask that you please put your cell phones on silent mode. We don't need you to switch them off, but please keep them on silent. And then, of course, if and when nature calls, because it will, the bathrooms are downstairs, just 1 floor down. That's where you can find the bathrooms. Now, let's get into our first speaker of the morning. Our national journey with jazz has long been a celebration of joy, resilience, and unity, a soundtrack to our collective story. At the heart of this journey stands a brand that believes in the power of music to connect us all. When Standard Bank raised their banner in partnership with jazz, they didn't just sponsor events, they became the part of the rhythm, helping to build what is the most enduring collaborations between 2 brands in the history of jazz in our part of the world. So today, representing the incredible legacy and passion, please help me welcome the Head of Brand Experience at Standard Bank, Mrs. Yolisa Khoza. Can we grab a mic for Mrs. Khoza? There we go. Thank you, Helga. There you are.
Thank you, Abigail. And good afternoon, distinguished guests. Mantwa Chinamwadi, Festival Producer Extraordinaire, Jane and Peter Tladi, and the entire team at Team Music Man, all our festival partners, our family of artists and musicians, those in the room and those joining us via live stream, and of course to the members of the media. Tomorrow is International Jazz Day, which is a day recognized by the United Nations National Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization to highlight jazz and the diplomatic and extremely powerful role that jazz plays in uniting people across all corners of the globe. So it was indeed very apt when we selected this day for it to be the announcement of the lineup for this year's Standard Bank Joy of Jazz. South African jazz has always been and still is more than just music. It's a celebration of home. It's a celebration of unity and a celebration of community. Without disclosing our ages, I'm sure that there are many of us in this room that can think back nostalgically to lazy Sunday afternoons at home, listening to the radio while the 7 Colors lunch is being served, listening to the radio or vinyls for those that are a little bit older, and listening to our favorite jazz artists. And it's a tradition that I've continued in my home with my children, you know, as I introduce them to the likes of Hugh Masekela, to Jonathan Butler, to Judith Sapuma, to Andy Narell, to Kenny G, and other greats. And as I keep telling them, jazz transcends generations. South African jazz is not just celebrated locally. It's also earned respect on international stages. And we need to recognize legends such as Hugh Masekela, Miriam Makeba, Jonas Gwangwa, Abdullah Ibrahim, and more recently Nduduzo Makatini, who have graced international festivals and concert halls and collaborated with global icons, bringing their unique South African style to global audiences. At Standard Bank, our purpose is, Africa is our home, we drive her growth. And it's been an incredible privilege for us to have journeyed with the Joy of Jazz for the past 26 years. We've had front row seats to witness how this incredible festival has grown from its roots in the inner city until it expanded and became so large that it had to move to the Sandton Convention Center, where it now attracts audiences of over 30,000, including world-class lineup of artists. And through our 40-year relationship with the National Arts Festival and the Standard Bank Young Artist Awards, we've also had the incredible privilege of witnessing the growth of over 170 young artists. And these are South African artists who've demonstrated exceptional talent and artistic excellence in various disciplines, like music and jazz, as well as visual arts, theater, and dance. And in fact, it was just 2 weeks ago that we had the announcement for the 2025 Standard Bank Young Artists. And 2 of those artists, Sia Charles and Muneo, were recognized as the Standard Bank Young Artist for Jazz and the Standard Bank Young Artist for Music. And both of them will be gracing and continue to grace both local and international stages. It's even more pleasing for us as sponsors to see that several of our Standard Bank Young Artists alumni have and continue to feature on the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz Festival stages. Now, as much as I'd love to announce who's going to be featuring this year, I'm getting the evil eye from a couple of people who are saying I must hold back and not preempt the official announcement. And so today I am extremely proud to be representing Standard Bank and to be here with our partners as we announce what is going to be an incredible lineup for this year's festival. I invite you to sit back, be inspired, and celebrate with us as we see the incredible names that are just about to be announced. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Khoza. 26 years. What an incredible journey. Can we have a round of applause for Mrs. Khoza and the entire Standard Bank team for supporting the Joy of Jazz over the years. Now, I'm going to introduce to you next the woman behind the production of the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz Festival. At the helm of one of the most celebrated festivals on our continent stands a visionary leader whose passion for music and excellence continues to shape unforgettable experiences. As CEO of T Music Man, the producer behind the iconic Standard Bank Joy of Jazz, she has been instrumental in keeping jazz not just alive, but keeping it thriving as well. Please help me welcome the CEO of T Music Man, Ms. Mantwa Chinwamadi. Welcome.
Good morning. Before I say anything, I would like us to just to take it back a little bit to last year and see how we fared when we were celebrating 25 years.
Are you ready to be served? Let us take you
Whew. Did you see me dancing? I got the moves. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed media guests in attendance, and those who are watching at home, musicians and fellow music lovers. The Standard Bank Joy of Jazz is built on a blueprint that was created 26 years ago to unite people in the art. I always say to people, a lot of music is birthed or it's born out of jazz. And some musicians will say, no, it's not. We listen to beats that are stolen or taken or bought from jazz to create beautiful music that the younger generation now listens to. Today, we are really, really proud as a brand to be announcing a lineup that will talk through all those emotions, all those visions, all those dreams that we always have. When we do dream, we dream very, very big. You know why we dream big? We have you guys to cushion us when we fall. And thank you for just being there. That phone call that says, I would like to see so-and-so. That tweet or that WhatsApp that says, are you ever thinking of bringing so-and-so? Or that call that says, hey, I'm in a festival in New Orleans. I'm standing next to so-and-so and I'm telling so-and-so about the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz back home. Thank you. This clip that was played showed you the things that we do. We're not just a 3-day festival. We are a year-long festival. And today we're excited to share the lineup activities, the road to joy of jazz holistically. And we are saying to you, please join us on every little, even if it's in a corner, our conversations are the same. We are promoting jazz and music holistically. Get ready for the 3 days, guys. Somebody said, ooh, I will be able to get a visa that makes sense. You don't leave for 2 days. Now we're going for 3 days. Get ready when jazz takes center stage. accompanied by other genres of music, world music, neo soul and afro soul. And beyond all that, just picture yourself in that auditorium or in that stage, enjoying the experience, enjoying the excitement of these artists put together. Just for you guys, I give yourself a round of applause. You know how artists stress about performing? They are sitting at home now and say, this song is not the right one. Will they like this one? Listen, we did our job. We're done and dusted. A global festival that we are, that incorporates diverse music, and we take audience and the genres of jazz beyond the globe. We're not going to sit and say we don't benchmark with other festivals. Listen, we put ourselves up there. You must see us. Some are 60 years and we are like, Nati, we are 26 years. And we are coming. With the talent and artists that are built for the 2025 Standard Bank Joy of Jazz, this edition promises to be a celebration. All of this would not be possible if we didn't have partners like the Standard Bank, M&S Attorneys, Radio 2000, 702, darling. I'll tell you why I say that, because my friend produces or presents a jazz show, in case you didn't know. BET, Mail and Guardian, and the star that has joined us, and the new baby on the blog, Kena Media. Watch out for those kids. Black excellence. I repeat, black excellence. The hardworking team, the A-team, they get WhatsApp calls at 2 a.m. I'm old, I have insomnia. I have a sleeping problem, but we're going to talk about this. And thank you guys for just being there and listening. What makes me marvel is that the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz is a women-led festival. From Makulu Smolanyana Bus to the PR team, the production and eventing team, the hospitality team, the marketing team. So they know the perfection of being a woman in this space. And girls, you are doing wonders. Pencil down, guys. The 26th and the 28th to the 28th, we will be in Sandton at the Sandton Convention Center. Let us take you there. We wish to see each and every one of you coming out of that venue after we have given you an experience that we'll talk about until the next year. Thanks for coming and gracing this moment with us.
Thank you so much. Let us see you there. Ladies and gentlemen, the excitement is building. We've moved ever so closer to unveiling the 60-plus artists who will be performing over 4 stages at the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz, a 3-day period taking place in Sandton City. But that was the CEO of T Music Man, the producer behind the iconic Standard Bank Joy of Jazz. Give her and her incredible team a warm round of applause. Those 2 a.m. calls and WhatsApp messages were indeed worth it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, the wonderful music that will define the magic and take us all to the heart of jazz at the 2025 Standard Bank Joy of Jazz. Just a reminder that you will be seeing over 60 artists from 15 different countries and 3 different continents performing on 4 stages. It's time for us to introduce the first of those 4 stages to you. We begin on a stage that is ever compelling for the adept fan of straight-ahead jazz and the spirit of collaboration. It's called the Diphala stage. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome the ever-gorgeous Bridget Masinga. She's going to introduce the stage to us. Bridget, welcome.
Good. Is it still morning? Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to join us today. Oh, some familiar faces in the crowd. I love to see it. Abs, always looking fabulous as always. Like Abigail has said, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to represent and present to you the Diphala stage lineup for 2025. And this particular stage is, of course, making its iconic return, and it is one of the most coveted stages at the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz. So let's start here. And this couple is enduring a 16-hour flight. Oh, okay. It can only go uphill from here. They are enduring a 16-hour flight to join us at the 2025 Joy of Jazz, coming all the way from New York. They are a husband and wife duo, an 8-time Grammy nominee ensemble, this one, an NAACP Image Award winner, and 2025 Grammy nominee for Best Jazz Performance. Yes! Also, I don't know if you're aware that Jean, the wife in the Barlow Project, is actually one of the founding members of Jeanne. Found that very interesting. Also coming through, we have Hakan Bazaar, the trio, making an appearance this year. The cool thing about this 16-year-old, well, at that time when he was 16, now in his early 20s, at the time when he was 16, he was heralded as the rising star of international jazz. Jasmine Horn is also joining us. We are not short of Grammy nominees this year, multi-Grammy nominee and winner of the 21st NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Jazz Album. And her new album, which is New Messages, is actually set to release in October. And the festival happens in September, so hopefully we get a sneak peek. Yes! The other person joining the lineup at the Diphala stage is Simon Denazart. Needs absolutely no introduction whatsoever. And of course, Peter Orit joins us as well. Oh, some fans. I love it. Paul is chuckling because the whole morning I've been saying Oriot. And he's like, why do you keep adding an O? So a little story for those who don't know. Paul actually taught me my radio desk like 20 years ago when I started off. So he's always had that big brother thing. He's been reprimanding me the entire morning. The other person joining the stage, yes. The recently announced Standard Bank Young Artist for Jazz is set to grace the stage this year. Very gifted trombonist, a composer, and a band leader. Usia Jazzmatic Charles. I don't make these things up. A legend in South African music, a native of course, Port Elizabeth, and a multifaceted woman. Upinda Matlala is also going to be joining us this year. The other young star to look out for is Nish Nonqishi. Nish, if you're in the room, I hope that it I knew you would call me out on it. Recently released her debut album, rather, which has been a project years in the making, and one that she describes as a life-defining milestone. And it's pegged as an exciting and at times surprising blend of Xhosa folk, Afro jazz, and R&B. And then we've got Nash Ponk Trio coming through from the Czech Republic joining us, and rounding up the Diphala stage, yet another act that needs absolutely no introduction. Carl Shepard presents to you the trio, and they build, of course, as Carl, in fact, is a jazz film composer and pianist. And what I found interesting to show how jazz lives in different spaces, he's actually scored for some of the biggest Netflix shows, Unseen, Savage Beauty, and Blood and Water. So it should be interesting what to bring on stage. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Diphala stage for 2025. Exciting times ahead.
Exciting times ahead indeed. Bridget, thank you very much for introducing us to the first of 4 stages at the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz Festival. Are you excited? Is the excitement building? That was a bit lukewarm. Are you excited? Yes. All right, so let's move over to the second stage. It is called the Conga stage, and it's here to uncover a Pan-African rhythm. Let me introduce to you Nikki B, who will be telling us all about it.
Thank you.
Good morning, beautiful people, beautiful music lovers, that's for sure. I'm Nikki B, and it is an absolute honor to be presenting to you this stage that really does represent the African roots of all that jazz and more. And that's why it's named after the most African of all instruments, the Conga drum. Wow, this year on the Conga stage, I'm telling you, I'm never going to leave that stage. It features the best singer-songwriters and musicians from South Africa to Senegal, from Mali to Ghana. It's also important that it features or expands on the heritage of collaboration, both among South Africans as well as with South Africans and musicians, some of the greatest from the Nordic and Central European countries. Also, the Conga stage is going to be completely abuzz. It really is the heart of jazz, and it proves that the roots of jazz are in Africa, but of course presented from a global perspective. What a lineup. Get ready, you won't believe what's coming. Yes, she's back again. I see I don't need to introduce the Wasalu songstress, a great human rights activist as well, along with the next artist, who also always stands up for people around the globe, a completely diverse artist, Michelle Ndejiochelo. Then we have a beautiful collaboration. It's been developing over a few years, the Ababemu Quartet, featuring two of our finest, with a Norwegian saxophonist and a Swedish saxophonist and a Norwegian upright bass player. Then we have the Fisherman's Orchestra, a banging orchestra that brings together artists from South America as well as from Africa, but they come from Lucerne in Switzerland, and they've performed over 300 festivals around the world. The beautiful songstress, Xolisa Dlamini, coming all the way from the Eastern Cape, an artist who's had a profound impact on many of our great vocalists. Steve Beardy from Ghana, an award-winning saxophonist who is considered the absolute finest from his homeland, but he's based now in the States. And then we have this beautiful collaboration, the Guitar Convergence. 3 generations of master guitarists coming together. Billy Manama, an expert in exploring and researching South African guitar styles. The legendary Mos Mogale. I mean, this is a man who played with Kippie Moeketsi, Becky Miseleku, so many others. And of course, no introduction is needed for Dr. Vusi Mahlasela. Profoundly beautiful, Gabby Motuba. I personally can't wait to see her perform her latest album, The Sabbath. Definitely an album that's right up there in the South African songbook. And I'm so excited. Alun Wad is coming, the Paris-based Senegalese bass player who at the age of 18 was spotted by Ishmael Lowe, and he toured the world with Ishmael Lowe since then. He was also invited in 2015 to perform on the album with Marcus Miller, and now he's an established artist in his own right and a profound performer. And last but not least, what a performer, Lewe Nechivale, who brings together the essence of indigenous rhythms and instrumentation and combines them with contemporary sounds, and he's going to blow us away too. I'm sure you're also not going to leave the stage. Or maybe you'll pop over to the others. It is with great excitement that I can't wait till September. Joy of Jazz. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki B. I heard a yes from the audience, from the lady over here. So that just cements how exciting the lineup is so far. We're only halfway. There's 2 more stages to go. That was the Conga stage. We're going to move on now to the 3rd stage. It's titled the Dinaledi stage. We move on to the man who will be captivating the stage of preeminent stars. The Dinaledi stage to shine the way to those stars. Please help me welcome Bongani Bingwa.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think preeminence is the right word to describe the Dinaledi stage, which of course comes from a Sotho Tswana word meaning the stars. 702 has been a long time and proud partner of the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz, and this year will be no exception. It's a little tricky to get the guy who talks on the radio to talk about music, but here I am. Firstly, let me say, Yolisa, the tradition of the 7 colors and jazz is not over. Just listen to the friend, Nothemba Madumo, who is one of the stars on the 702 lineup every Sunday on 702. So there you have it. I just had to give us a little plug. Now, only at an event like this can we elevate a phrase like a liker of things to the word Epicurean. So I'm going to raise you. I'm going to raise you. You see, I got the guy who talks for a living. To come to the Dinaledi stage, you have to be a connoisseur of jazz. If you are looking for a chanteuse, a chevalier, you have to come to the Dinaledi stage. I have hosted a number of times on the Dinaledi stage, and it's just that great equalizer because you could be a pauper or a president. I have been on stage, I kid you not, when there have been presidents in the audience, former presidents of the Republic, together listening to the music that comes from the Dinaledi stage. Have I got your interest yet? One of the difficulties is that as we sit here presenting what's going to be on stage, you're kind of a little protective of what's going to be on yours. And then you see the other artists and you're going, oh my gosh, how do I choose? So it's going to be a really, really difficult time. But let me tell you who is on the lineup of the Dinaledi stage. Let's start with... Now, the Grammy Awards were first awarded in 1959. Since that year, 5 times has the Best New Artist Grammy Award been won by a jazz artist. She did that in the year 2011, and she's on the Dinaledi stage. We've got Thandi Ntuli. I won't read all the names because you can read, but one of the things that I think is such an homage to the history of South African music, South African jazz, is, of course, a reminder of the Harare days, that little cameo there by Brasipo Hotsticks and Alec. We've got Andile Yenana, we've got Lakeisha Benjamin, we've got Sia Makuzeni, we've got the Benjamin Jefta Quintet, Tshepo Mngoma, Nomfundo Qaluva. It's not just the music on the Dinaledi stage. No. We are here for words. Am I correct? Uzundithwalise ndakusindwa. Should my load be too heavy, help me lift it up. Undibopha amanxeba ndakusopha. Should I bleed, help bind me together. Undithwalise ndakusindwa. if the heavy load becomes too much to bear. These are the words of a virtuoso in jazz music. She's got a master's degree in jazz studies. Her dissertation was specifically on the music and the style of the great Miriam Makeba. She can explain. Remember Live for My Brothers and Sisters in Paris in 1977. She can tell you why Miriam was going. Not only is she a musician, she's also an astute businesswoman with an MBA from the Henley Business Schools. And she will be on the Dinaledi stage. Am I selling it enough? We've heard, of course, about how Standard Bank continues to be a champion not only of jazz, but the arts more broadly. And the last recipient of the Young Artist Award before the lockdowns in 2019, Mandla Mlangeni, will also be on the Dinaledi stage. We've got the great Steve Dyer and Cameron Ward, all on the Dinaledi stage. Where else would you want to be? The 2025 Standard Bank Joy of Jazz!
That's right, Bongani, thank you very much. Listen, the excitement in the room is absolutely electrifying, but we're not done with you yet because we've got one more stage to share with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now covered 3 of the 4 stages. Up next is a gentleman who's here to announce the reigning sound of the Mbira stage. Please help me welcome onto stage Mr. Paul Mnisi.
Thank you. Still morning, I see. Yeah, just 3 minutes before midday. Sanbonan nonke. Greetings, everybody. My name is Umniswa Mvola, coming from Radio 2000. Ukwadla kwadla umafumba fabele mtamo nyembe zitutwana zimfuna phansi amapela thiluthi. Ntombi simcela ukhisi nobe hamba noma kudluka mkhulu ngoba usithela amagumgedlela. Thina sifuna ukubona amagumgedlela. That's what it's all about. It's great to see some familiar faces. And of course, I'll be taking care of that Mbira stage. And good to see some of the artists that we will be having upon the stage. They came to a show I used to call Linda Bayengoma on Radio 2000. Sunday evenings, quite late, between 10 and midnight. And, you know, they would come at such ungodly hours, you know, with their instruments, would do various unplugged sessions. We're looking forward to hosting you on the Mbira stage. Let's take a look at what you can look forward to. The Mbira stage, as it were. This is Jose James. Pinda closes her eyes and she looks to the gods. Yes, Pinda. He's a baritone. He's a guitarist, singer, songwriter as well. And he's going to delight us upon that Mbira stage. Amanda Black is on as well, everybody. Started off, of course, her young career at the Idols. And she just continues to soar in the most beautiful way. Velemseni. She comes from Eswatini. Yeah, laba giyakuvakala babhonya lithuli. Yeah, lema Swati lemahle. Yeah, that is Swati that. Yes. She's going to be entertaining us, sultry voice, as well as experimenting with various instruments as well. We have Elaine. She needs no introduction, I guess. Has been chart-topping for many a year, and she continues to do that, this young musician. Beyond vocals, I saw them outside, and boy, can they sing, harmonizing with those beautiful melodies. We look forward to them gracing that Mbira stage. KB, she rocked Lefati, and she will be rocking the Mbira stage this September. We look forward to that performance indeed. We have Silent Ngo, who's from Zimbabwe. He's a multi-instrumentalist, of course, with the Noise Makers. And of course, you know, their music will just resonate upon that Mbira stage. Trezor is there. DRC and South African has made South Africa his home somewhat. His story starting off as a car guard and, you know, having just soared and graced the world with his wonderful musician. It's spelled Leomile. We'll say Leomile. Yes, that's how they say it. Coming through from Lesotho, I saw her grace one of the stages a couple of years ago with Malay, who's a fellow country sister. Diomile will be there as well, ladies and gentlemen. Berita, I did catch a glimpse of you, yes. She's here as well. And of course, having roots in Zimbabwe as well, spent some time right here in South Africa in the Eastern Cape. We are so she'll be serenading us and of course strumming her guitar. Mondli Ngobo, ladies and gentlemen. Just out of a collaboration that they've put together with the likes of Nduduzo Makatini as well as Black Coffee. We look forward to that, and we look forward to this genius sort of, unraveling his musicality upon that Mbira stage. And then the muses. The muses are string-based. As you can see, there's a violin upright, so it's going to be interesting, to just find out what they can give us upon that stage. Mune, Mrs. Koza did mention that he is the current 2025 Standard Bank Young Jazz Award winner for music overall. A great musician who hails from Venda, loves his grandmother so much he refers to her as Makuru, and he's just something special. We look forward to the performance. In fact, having talked about Indaba Yengoma on Radio 2000 some 3 years ago, we hosted him on the show. He came through around 11 at night with his guitar, and boy, did he just resonate in such a wonderful way. Looking forward to seeing the young man on stage. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Mbira stage. Are you going to be there? We'll look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much.
A beautiful mix of young, fresh faces and some legendary artists as well on the Mbira stage. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the 4 stages that you can look out for at the 2025 Standard Bank Joy of Jazz. Have we excited you? Have we piqued your interest? Are you ready to go out and purchase tickets? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you to join us at this point of our journey towards the 3-day festival in September. A lot of activities happening along the way. But please remember to engage with us on social media, reach out to your communities, inform them on what's to come. On Twitter, we are at Joy of Jazz, Instagram, Joy of Jazz _, Facebook, Standard Bank Joy of Jazz, and the hashtag SBJOJ-2025. And remember, as you go out to purchase your tickets for you and your friends, if you are a Standard Bank card holder, you can get up to 15% off on your ticket purchases. The offer is, of course, limited to 2 tickets per person, and only on usage of a valid Standard Bank debit, credit, or check card. It is also subject to availability, and of course, terms and conditions do apply. I'm sure you are in need of something to eat and something to drink, so please join us downstairs at the sound bar for refreshments. One-on-one interviews will also be available. We'll see you at the road to Standard Bank Joy of Jazz activities, and of course, the final festival in September. I'm Abigail Vasahi. It's been an absolute pleasure. Good afternoon. One, two. Just a request for all the artists to please come on stage for a photo opportunity. Just a request for all the artists to join us on stage for a quick photo opportunity. Thank you.